In 1959, 9 experienced hikers ventured deep into the Ural Mountains. None of them ever came back. When their bodies were finally discovered, investigators were confronted with a series of impossible, terrifying details. A tent sliced open from the inside, bodies scattered across the desolate, frozen landscape, severe internal injuries but with no external wounds, and an official conclusion that explained absolutely nothing. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, and more than 60 years later it remains one of the most disturbing and chilling unsolved mysteries in modern history. In January of 1959, a group of 9 young hikers, all students or graduates from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, set out on a winter expedition in the northern Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union. Now these weren't amateurs. Every single one of them was an experienced skier and mountaineer, certified for difficult treks. Their leader was a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov. The goal was straightforward: complete a Category 3 winter hike, which at the time was one of the most difficult classifications. They documented their journey with photographs and journals, and the images show a group full of life and high spirits. There was absolutely nothing to suggest the horrifying fate that awaited them. On the night of February 1st, the group set up camp on the slope of a mountain known by the local Mansi people as Kolat Syakhl, which translates to Mountain of the Dead. The name alone is unsettling, but what happened that night was beyond comprehension. Temperatures plunged to below -25°C, and fierce winds howled across the exposed slope. Sometime during the night, something occurred inside that tent. Something so terrifying, so utterly dreadful, that the hikers felt their only option was to use knives to slash their way out from the inside and flee into the freezing, pitch-black wilderness. Most of them were barely dressed. Some had on only one boot, others were completely barefoot. They ran from their only shelter into certain death. When the group failed to check in, search parties were dispatched. Weeks later, when they finally reached the abandoned campsite, the scene made no sense. The tent was found collapsed, ripped open from within. Footprints in the snow led away from the tent, not in a chaotic panic, but in a strangely calm, orderly line, heading down towards a nearby forest. The first 2 bodies were discovered under a large cedar tree, nearly a mile away. They were barefoot, dressed only in their underwear, and had apparently tried to start a fire. The official cause of death was hypothermia. 3 more bodies, including Igor Dyatlov's, were found scattered between the tree and the tent, seemingly trying to make their way back up the slope. But the most shocking discoveries came 2 months later, when the remaining 4 hikers were found buried under more than 10 feet of snow in a ravine. These victims had suffered massive, catastrophic internal injuries. One had crushed ribs, another a shattered skull. The force required to cause such damage was compared to that of a high-speed car crash. Yet, bafflingly, there were no external signs of a struggle, no bruises or soft tissue damage. One woman was missing her tongue, her jaw, and part of her face. Another was missing his eyes. To make things even stranger, traces of abnormal radiation were detected on some of their clothing. Soviet authorities launched a full investigation, but the bizarre evidence left them stumped. After a few months of confusion and dead ends, the case was abruptly closed. The official conclusion was that the hikers died due to a compelling natural force. That's it. No further explanation was ever given. The files were classified as top secret. The families were told to stop asking questions, and the entire area around the mountain was sealed off to the public for years. Over the decades, countless theories have tried to explain what happened on that mountain. Some say it was an avalanche, but investigators found no evidence of one, and the hikers' tracks were still visible. Others point to secret military weapons testing, suggesting a missile went astray or a new sonic weapon was deployed, causing panic and internal injuries. Then there are more fringe theories: infrasound-induced madness, a violent encounter with the local Mansi tribe, or even an attack by an unknown creature. But not a single one of these theories can account for every piece of the puzzle. No theory explains the combination of internal injuries without external trauma, the orderly footprints, the missing tongue, and the radiation. Something just doesn't fit. The Dyatlov Pass incident is more than just a tragic story. It's a chilling reminder of how little we sometimes understand about the world, and how even the most prepared people can fall victim to forces beyond our comprehension. 9 people did everything right, and still something went terribly, horrifically wrong. Whether the truth lies in a natural phenomenon we don't yet understand, a government cover-up, or something else entirely, one thing remains certain. The mountain has never given up its secret. Thanks for watching, and if you have your own theory about what happened, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries.